Hi, welcome to another video, another audio, I should say. This one's called Become the Person. And I use that phrase because it is something that many of us have heard before, like, achieving your goals, achieving your dream life is not a step-by-step process, but it is about becoming the person who has a life. And so that's why I called it this way. But I actually have something really interesting for you, because I think I have a way to make you see who that person is. And that you already have it, and that you already did it, and that you are familiar with that person, but that you probably sent them away. So first of, who is the person in a general sense? Like when people say become the person that already has it, who is that person? And in a general sense, I think it is someone who no longer cares about that specific thing. So the person who has, the job, the partner, the dream life, the money, the glory, the fame, it is someone who is not obsessed with that, who knows who they are, and who thinks that that is more important than whatever it brought them. So that means that if you put all the information together, that it's no longer about the goals. It's only about becoming the person. It's no longer about becoming the person so that you get the goals. It's about becoming the person because that's really the only thing that you can control, first of all. But also because that person would not measure their self-worth or their success by all the things that you now think are important. So that is, in a general sense, what or who this person is. It's the person who is, the goal is to be the person. There's no other goal. It is not like, this is getting a bit wordy. I should probably cut this out. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not cutting it out. I'm not cutting it out. It is kind of like dense. It's pretty dense. It's pretty abstract. Okay. So we've established that, the person is your authentic self, who is just happy to be themselves and is really not focused on on much else. And I think I have a way to make you connect with that side of yourself, to make you realize when was probably the first time that you were able to see that person. And that is to do kind of like a thought experiment with me. And that is, if you can recall a situation where you willingly took action. So you don't took action because you felt obligated to do so, not because someone else made you, not because you were paid to do it, but you willingly chose to do something, create something, say something, stand up for something, and then you felt judged for it. So this judgment can be very subtle, it can be very direct, it can come from other people, but it can also come from an internalized voice or an internalized system of values that you carry around. So now, as a contrast, if you did feel judged or shamed, but the example doesn't fit the prerequisite of it really being an authentic expression of you. So, for example, you felt judged for something you did at work, and you got paid for it, and then you also got judged, that's painful. If you showed up for something because you felt obligated to do so, and then you were judged there, or you were, I don't know, made fun of, whatever, that's painful. So I'm not saying that all those situations where you did your best and you showed up and you were a part of society and you were a part of all the systems that you are a part of, and it went wrong, that wasn't painful. That was absolutely very painful. And I'm sorry that happened. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a situation where you felt like, happy and expansive, and you created something, and you made something, and you said something, and you stood up for something you believed in. And then it was rejected, and you really felt that. You really felt that rejection from other people or from your internal voice that suddenly just came up. That's what I'm talking about. That person who made the thing, created the thing, said the thing, stood up for something, that person, that was the one. That was really you. So you probably didn't see them much afterwards because, you probably tried to bypass whatever they had to say or whatever they wanted to do. You tried to bypass it, you tried to ignore it, you tried to sweeten it a little bit, try to, soften the edges of the message a little bit. But that was the person. It was probably a very painful experience, because that authentic person is not the one who applied for the job of being in all those systems. They're not the one who chose all those people as friends, for instance. Your authentic expression of you is probably someone or an aspect of you that you faced and you expressed and you felt good about for a second or half a day, and then you were shamed for it and you never did it again. So the good news is you know very well who that person is. You know what they have to say. You know what they want to do. You know what lights up your heart. And if you really want to be an authentic expression of yourself, if you want to tag that off your list, is that tagging? Is that the right word? Toggle? I don't know. Of your bucket list in life, then that's the, it's kind of like the biting the bullet, and not once, but every time. I really understand why people just choose not to be authentic, because it's a really hard job. It's a really hard job. So, yeah, so all those, the things that they say, become the person if you want XYZ. If you believe that that is a person who would be happy to be that person, even if there was no XYZ, then you now have your answer. You now know who that is. And so I think it's kind of like a message, a good message and a bad message. Like, the good part is you know very well who that is. And the bad part is you probably locked them up. And or limited their freedom in some way. And you know that all hell is gonna break loose when you give that authentic version of you the the space to live, the space to express. Yeah, so I I hope that you can focus on the good part. I hope that you are happy that this audio revealed that you already are authentic, that you already know who that is. And yeah, I would say good luck. And I mean, I need the luck just as much as you do. It's not like, I have it all figured out, but I do think that we know who that person is. So when I say become the person, it's really, you already are the person. You're not becoming anything. It's about making a different choice about what to do with that authentic version of you, who is fully you, who is the true expression, the true divine expression of who you really are. Okay, that was it for today. Thank you for joining, and see you in the next one. Namaste.